Okay, welcome to another live video podcast here with Renewable. I'm Kevin. This is Cherry. This is This is
Matt.
My name is. All right. So we're going to be talking about dialysis today. We're here at the SkyTrain station because we can't afford an office. So, if you're coming to Thailand and you want dialysis, you might be finding a lot of things online. You Google. Some people are answering in forums. Some people have a little bit of info on web pages. A lot of it's outdated and bad. Ours isn't because we've researched the hell out of dialysis and we've booked people all over the country. So what are some things to know, Matt?
First thing is we're going to need your dialysis report. Every dialysis patient has slightly different needs, and the thing that the hospitals ask for us at first is always show us the dialysis report. My second bit of advice, book as far in advance as possible. There's a lot of demand for dialysis in Thailand, and the beds fill up really quickly. So the earlier you book, the easier it will be for us to find the hospital that matches your needs.
Anything else they need to prepare, like the last blood test right before you come, that kind of thing?
Yeah, usually that's in the dialysis report, but
right,
we'll want to see your dialysis report initially, and then after that, right before you arrive, we'd like to see the most recent one, and we send it to the hospital just so they can prepare for your visit.
Right, and I'm going to drop you a question, but the first thing I want to mention there is, okay, you're at home and you're thinking, well, I can book dialysis, I have dialysis all the time. You can, but we can book it with 10 partners, with 3 partners. You give us the information one time, we already know exactly who to talk to, so it's much faster. And we've had many people try on their own and finally just come back.
Yeah.
Because it was impossible any other way. So, Baum, you've booked dialysis appointments, I believe, in Phuket and Bangkok,
Yes.
elsewhere. So what was your experience like?
For dialysis, when they quote you the price, sometimes the price will be a little bit higher than what you got from the quote, because on your actual date, on your dialysis session day, they will look at your lasted dialysis report and they will see what filter you will need that will suit you best. And I talked to the nurse, the specialist, the nurse at the dialysis center, and they say like in each patient need different filter as well, and the different of how long the session is, and the price is more adding up. Yeah, and also have the client who asks for HIV positive dialysis in Thailand, but you have to contact and talk to us first because not every hospital and every dialysis center is available for HIV positive.
Right, HIV, often hepatitis, any
Yeah.
bloodborne illness, they've got the separate machines with the separate place and that kind of thing. Is that about right?
Yeah, I think so.
Jerry, you have anything?
And the price gonna be higher as well. It's gonna different from the normal one.
And that the price will be different for the business time and the after hour time, because normally every hospital that we have a normal session is like the morning and then afternoon, and if you require like something after hour, you will have to pay extra on that.
Right, it's a good point. Now, some of them won't even do it extended hours. We ran into one partner in one of our tourist destinations who pushed it to another hospital because they didn't want to stay open after 4. But often they will push you to the ICU, and then the cost goes up quite a bit.
Yeah, it's quite a drastic difference between normal hours and after hours sometimes. So that's something to really be careful of. And I guess the other thing too is some hospitals break it up by day. One day is for regular customers and another day is for flying clients or walk-in clients. So you may not be able to get the exact day that you want. Of course, we always try and get it as close as possible, but sometimes they'll slide it back or forward a day.
Yeah, and I would say make sure and check every detail, and when you talk to us, double check everything, because this is, even though we know how to do this and we know the people, we literally have them on the phone, on chat, still sometimes, you may not have mentioned at some point, oh, by the way, I normally do 5 hours twice a week, some interesting thing, some detail, and as soon as it hits the hospital, suddenly they can't do that, and the whole thing blows up. So get us the details up front. Usually it works out fine, but we know what to look for and who to talk to. And also, where have we, this is one, I believe you were around when we've booked in definitely Bangkok, Phuket, Chiang Mai, Pattaya, I think, I'm not positive.
But I believe we can.
We definitely, okay, that's right. We had someone booked, I think they canceled, but we also booked in like Udon and Phetchabun in Pitsanulok. Yep, Krabi, Hua Hin. I mean, just all over. So we actually know the protocols. We know the availabilities at these places. We're not just jerking you around. You're not going to be able to find a lot of this information online because that's where we started over a year ago by researching online. And what we would find is out of the direct, address is out of date. Hospital name is wrong. It's just, you kind of actually have to keep track of this stuff because it changes basically quite a lot. What else have you run into booking dialysis?
Sometimes you just gotta call. Like a lot of these hospitals, they'll do dialysis, but they're not really geared for fly-in clients.
Yeah.
So if you don't have someone to actually call the hospital in Thai, then it becomes very difficult to book something.
Is there anyone here who speaks Thai?
I can help to call.
I speak Thai.
Do you really? I do not. Okay. What else do we need to know? We've talked about make sure and book early. What you need, the reports, special needs for bloodborne illnesses, things like that, availabilities. Oh, it's another one. If you're coming during any of the high seasons, especially in places like Phuket or Samui, there is super, let's say, constrained availability.
Yeah.
And if everyone from Europe suddenly needs dialysis at the same time, you're going to want to have booked that way in advance.
And when we talk about the high season, it's going to start from around October, November up to February or March.
And also April as well.
Yeah.
April will be peak season in Thailand for the beach destination. And for dialysis, as you said, that like some hospital that we have like a date for the local client and also have the fine client. But sometimes if it's really emergency and then you really need it, if you talk to us, sometimes we can find a place that we can put you in, because the last time my client, they actually don't have a slot on that hospital anymore, but then they're trying to manage the time for us as well.
Yeah, that's true. Because we kind of pioneered this, nobody else really did it. So now, when we talk to the hospitals, they explain back to us that dialysis is actually, we can help people with that. And we said, yeah, we know. And so now that we've done it enough, we work pretty closely with them. And like Baum says, we can arrange things that may be a little weird. What I guess, don't cancel. This is something that drives us nuts, drives the hospitals nuts, and also really hurts other people who need dialysis.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can cancel, but please do
In
it
advance. Yeah.
Yeah.
a week or two in advance is fine. But the day of, don't call us and say, hey, I can't make my dialysis appointment. Please let us know in advance.
Yep. And it's not about the money or anything else. It's about someone else couldn't get that slot, and last minute is never going to find out that it's now available unless they happen to be local and just waiting on a list. So very, very mean thing to do to other people.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else on dialysis you can think of?
No.
I guess one other small thing, depending on where you go, just between different hospitals, the price can be pretty different. And the difference there is not the quality of the machine, but it's going to be, all right, are you on a medical bed or are you on a recliner with a sheet on it? The dialysis machine is the same, but you may not have a TV instead, or you may have a more comfortable seat. That's the main difference between prices when we look.
It's true. Like, for example, at Bangkok Hospital Hua Hin, they've got beautiful dialysis rooms with their small rooms about the size of this right here, glass window looking out at the beautiful, seaside thing. And you're going to pay, and it's online and offline. They've got all the variations, and it costs about twice as much as the Barca Lounger across town here in Bangkok.
Yeah.
Bangkok always has more of everything. But when you get into these smaller locales that are for tourists, you may not have that availability. So if you're coming to Bangkok, there's more flexibility. But if you're traveling as a tourist, you may have to pay more in certain places.
Definitely.
And there's not a second option. That's something people don't know. We've talked to the government centers. They have 60-bed facilities. Guess what? They're being used by people who are from here.
And they're usually full.
Yeah. Every session, every day.
And also, like, I got like some hospital when I call them and they say like, is the client bring their own filter or not? Some the filter when you bring your own is available only some hospital, not every hospital for the filter that you can bring your own. Yeah.
That's true. Did we run into any weird problems that we've had during all this dialysis? Something just strange that happened?
No, it's usually a scheduling thing.
Yeah.
People
That's why
need
we
it.
say book in advance. It's always a scheduling thing. Yeah.
What was that, Bob?
Now people is like need it, they can't live without it, so they need to be.
Yeah. No, and we take it very seriously because of that. And that's why the scheduling is so important, because we don't want you to arrive and then figure out, you needed 5 hours once a week and they can't do it, because you can't just not get it. We know that. So it's very important to us as well. Cherry, anything weird?
No, nothing that.
Okay. So get us all the information. We will take care of it. We're not going to get in your way. We don't touch your money. We're just going to take care of it. And if you cancel, let us know well in advance so you're not
Yeah.
stealing that appointment from someone else. Stealing.
Still.
Sorry. All right. I know we're chuckling here, but dialysis is very serious. We take it seriously. And if you want to find us, you can find us online on Instagram at Renewal, Facebook Renewal, Twitter Renewal, YouTube Renewal, AOL keyword Renewal, and right here at the SkyTrain station today. Okay? So email us at info@renewal.com. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Awesome.